Thank you for joining us for this Harvesting Abundance full moon ritual. We choose this full moon to focus on all the harvest has brought to us. We keep in mind that wheat, pumpkins, and corn are not the only things being harvested. This focus includes examining the abundance in our lives, friends, family, whether chosen or by birth, jobs, and food in our pantries. Abundance can also be spiritual and emotional. In short, abundance is an ample quantity of something. In these difficult times, it may feel we have an abundance of traumatization and disconcerting news. It can be a struggle to find where our abundance lies. For this moment in time, we have an abundance of community. Regularly, approximately 70 or more persons join us live. Many more will tune in later to participate in the energy of this abundant ritual. Right now, think about the abundance of people who have tuned into this broadcast now and later. Feel their energy connecting with yours and the connection of energy of like-mindedness. Now in this moment, you are not alone, and you are surrounded by your tribe, by your people, by the abundance of the steadfast hope and love. In the face of that abundance, there will never be more evil or more trauma or more dissonance than we as a people of hope and love cannot overcome. Now I turn this Harvesting Abundance full moon circle over to our senior minister and high priestess, Reverend Selena Fox.
Thank you. Well, welcome to everyone who is connecting with us live, and we invite you to put in the chat where you're tuning in from. And for those who will be tuning in later, we invite you to also give some feedback in the comment section. Earlier today, there was a total lunar eclipse. And one of the things that was amazing about that, visible in Asia, Australia, Europe, and Africa, but not much in the Americas. But we had billions of people on the planet talking about experiencing, reflecting on the moon. And we are now at that stage of the full moon where it's at its height just a few hours ago. And this is a time long associated with the harvesting of crops as well as blessings in our lives. So I invite you to take part in whatever way works right for you and your own path, and many blessings. I invite Maren to share some announcements.
Thank you, Selena. There we go. Greetings and welcome to our Harvesting Abundance Full Moon Circle broadcast. I'm Maren King and I'm coming to you from North Central Florida, USA. On behalf of all the other Circle Sanctuary volunteers with us tonight, thank you for joining us. Next Saturday, the 13th, is the September Circle Sanctuary Volunteer Day. Please join us to work on the land and in the temple room to prepare for our fall equinox celebration called Return to Balance. This welcome fall gathering will be on Saturday, September 20th, and Selena's workshop that day about sacred sun equinox magic will be in person and also live streamed at 1:30 p.m. Central Time. Registration for the Volunteer Day, the Fall Festival, and Selena's workshop is now open at www.circlesanctuary.org. Circle's next online gathering is our Green Faith Circle on Saturday, September 27th. If you'd like to be a part of our conservation and ecological discussions, please email us at greencircle@circlesanctuary.org. Please also join again next month on Tuesday, October 7th for our Broom and Cauldrons Full Moon Circle broadcast. And it's not too early to start planning for our 3-day Samhain celebration beginning Friday, October 31st and running through Sunday, November 2nd. You can find Circle podcasts throughout the month on Facebook and previous Full Moon Circle broadcasts on YouTube at Circle Sanctuary. To learn more about our in-person and online activities or to become a member and make a donation to share your support, please visit our website. Now Judith will cast our ritual circle.
Thank you, Maren. Good evening. I'm Reverend Judith. To cast our circle tonight, we start by facing the north. As we welcome in the guardians of the earth below us, we thank this fertile ground for sharing the abundant bounty of her harvest at this fall time of year. This harvest supports our bodies, minds, and souls as we go through this lifetime on our magnificent Mother Earth. I am the earth all around you. I am the heartbeat within you. I am the source of life that is you. I am all that I am. We give thanks for our Mother Earth's gifts of the bountiful fruits and grains that sustain us. Hail and welcome north. We turn to the east and give thanks to the sun that greets us each morning as we rise, that filters through the atmosphere in which we live, that provides us with the air, giving us the breath of life and nourishment for the abundant harvests year after year. I am the earth all around you, air. I am the breath of life within you. I am the wind blowing through you. I am all that I am. We give thanks to the air that supports all living things. Hail and welcome east. We now turn to the south and give thanks to the fire of the sun, for the warm blood running through our veins, and for the living earth beneath our feet. And give thanks for the passion and wisdom which inspires our lives and the life force energy that we are. I am the fire all around you. I am the spark of life within you. I am the flame burning through you. I am all that I am. We give thanks for this abundance of life force energy. Hail and welcome south. We turn to the west and give thanks to the wind and the water, the ebb and the flow, the give and the take. And we give thanks for the rains that provide the earth the nourishment to feed the fields and orchards so that our bodies may also be fed, which keeps our lifeblood flowing. I am water all around you. I am the flow of life within you. I am the ocean moving through you. I am all that I am. We give thanks for the water of life. Hail and welcome west. And in the center, we give thanks to the spirit that is above, is below, is within, and is without. We give thanks for the gift of this amazing lifetime that we have all been given. May the light and love within us radiate out to all that is. May our wisdom and love work through us for the highest and best good of all. To the sky above, the earth below, and the life force within us and all around us, we give thanks. I am spirit all around you. I am divinity within you. I am the light shining through you. I am all that I am. Hail and welcome, spirit above. Hail and welcome, spirit below. Hail and welcome, spirit within. Hail and welcome to the divine spirit of all. Richard, wouldn't you now please light our moonfire?
Thank you, Judith, for casting our ritual circle. I'm Richard. I'm doing this podcast from my home in Madison, Wisconsin. This moon cycle, we praise abundant harvest. The summer growing time is coming to an end, and the time of harvest is starting. The abundance of the fall harvest will have to hold us over for a full year until the next harvest season. To prosper, us pagans have to take the long view. I liked this ecologically friendly recycled beeswax candle to represent the bonfire us pagans light in the center of our ritual circles. I celebrate fire in all of its forms, from a small candle to a large bonfire. So mote it be. Up next, Judith will have us all light our own individual candles.
As you visualize the energy of these points of life coming together in a roaring fire of hope, love, and goodness, it is a balefire, as a beacon for others to join and participate. A moment in time that encapsulates harvesting abundance, full moon. Now Selena will join us in a harvesting abundance full moon invocation.
The full moon is bright and shining, whether you can presently see it or not. Let us attune and connect with that moon. This full moon has a number of names. Sometimes it's the corn moon or ripened corn moon. Some people will call the moon in September or the moon in October or both harvest moon. And tonight we celebrate the abundance that is part of harvest time. So I invite you to imagine the full moon above you, shining rays of light upon you as you attune and commune with ripened corn moon. Attune and commune with ripened corn moon. Attune and commune with ripened corn moon. And connect with the moon as harvest moon. Attune and commune with harvest moon. Attune and commune with harvest moon. Attune and commune with harvest moon. And call to mind the abundance that is in nature, and celebrate the abundance, not only in terms of vegetation, but blessings and other wonderful dimensions of life. Attune and commune with abundance moon. Attune and commune with abundance moon. Attune and commune with abundance moon. And in our connection with the moon, let us give thanks to the divine, to source, by whatever name or names we are aligned with. So mote it be. And I invite Shar to share a poem with us.
Hi, everybody. Oh, Selena, you had me at ripened corn moon. I'm just still savoring that in my mouth. Hello, everyone. I'm hailing to you from the Monterey Bay Sanctuary in the Central Coast of California, traditional lands of the Esselen and the Rumsen and the Salinan people, and home to many, many, many wonderful, wonderful marine mammals. When I grow old, I want to be abundant. Ample size of smile and spirit, joy and heart, spilling and holding all dogs who need a hearth, and ample supply of courage and tenderness, smarts and savvy and savoir-faire, moxie and extraordinary flair, with every hair tossed, ample hair billowing like sea foam, blowing unrestrained. When I grow old, I want to be abundant. Plenty of space to squeeze in one more little lost one. Lots of room for wild faces peering out from all kinds of places. Plenty of enough stuff to satisfy and lots of spirit to give it a try. Paws and pads, tails and scales, wings and claws make skid marks across the floor, well trod, becoming sod as it gladly returns to the green. When I grow old, I want to be abundant, sumptuous in story and frame, with expansive possibility, tripping the light fandango with sunflowers and dream catchers galore, kin to the dearest kind, known to many for hearty laughter and true word, sumptuous in an ever energizing search for the just the thing, ever widening, ever deepening, ever broadening, ever seeking, ever soaring. When I grow old, I want to be abundant, someone whom others want to take shade in, not to break or to heal, but to brainstorm, to imagine, to explore, to dance, to try and fail and try again. Magnificent spaciousness in which to thrive with nothing else I got to prove. More mystery to fathom, more magic to discover, more love to receive and give, until I become like the wisdom of the mosses, who do little seen but know all. When I grow old, I want to be abundant, wide-cheeked and friendly jowled, comfort-breasted enough for a babe to rest, tough-tested enough for a young warrior to wrestle, flat-footed, spreading toes to grasp the earth, an earthling, made of the abundance of the air and the water and the earth and the fire and the spirit, with stardust packed in my bones and ocean water swirling in my cells, wide streaming tears in the wind off the plains, and tree trunks for legs holding it all together. When I grow old, I want to be abundant. But why wait until I grow old? I mean, what is even old when I am abundant? When I'm abundant, my experience is a vast cloak, crocheted in all sizes, with every fabric twisted and shaped into patterns that move like lightning or water or wind or hair or muscle across the landscape, collecting debris of all kinds, integrating endless bits and pieces that attach themselves to the movement of my life. Such a wealth of chaos and design. Yeah, when I grow old, I want to be abundant, ample, plenty, sumptuous, magnificent, expansive, now and later, all in a gaze over a pumpkin spice latte. Ah. Black Willow Starling, take it away.
That was amazing, Shar. Thank you so much. We are Black Willow Starling. My name is Nora, and this is Michael. We're joining you from Glendale, Wisconsin, which is just north of the city of Milwaukee. We're going to be sharing with you tonight a song called All Among the Barley, which is a traditional English folk song.
Now, this song was written, at least musically, in 1851 by Elizabeth Sterling, English composer. She didn't write the lyrics. They were somehow accredited to a person simply named A.T. Some people think that might be Lord Alfred Tennyson. But the song actually wasn't recorded until the late 1970s, and you've probably heard of bands such as Traffic and Jethro Tull and all sorts of folks like that. So this is our version of all among the barley.
Now is gone September, the hunter's moon's begun, and through the weed and stubble is heard the frequent gun. The leaves are pale and yellow and turning into red, and the ripe and bearded barley is hanging down its head. All among the barley, who would not be blithe, when the ripe and bearded barley is smiling on the side. Spring is like a young man who does not know his mind. Summer is a tyrant of most ungracious kind. The autumn's like an old friend who loves with all she can. Spring's the bearded barley to glad the heart of man. All among the barley, who would not be blithe, when the ripe and bearded barley is smiling on the side. Wheat is like a rich man, sleek and well-to-do. The oats are like a pack of girls, laughing and dancing too. The rye is like a miser, sleek and lean and small. The ripe and bearded barley is monarch of them all. All among the barley, who would not be blithe, when the ripe and bearded barley is smiling on the side. Now is come September, the hunter's moon's begun, and through the weed and stubble is heard the frequent gun. The leaves are pale and yellow and kindling into red, the ripe and bearded barley is hanging down its head. All among the barley, who would not be blithe, when the ripe and bearded barley is smiling on the side. All among the barley, who would not be blithe, when the ripe and bearded barley is smiling on the side. All among the barley, all among the barley, all among the barley, who would not be blithe. And next, Selena.
What a wonderful song and a rendition. Many thanks. Well, connected with harvest and abundance are a variety of symbols, and one that's been around for a long time is the Cornucopia, or the Horn of Plenty, as it's sometimes known. And there are a number of old tales from ancient Greece about different ways that this Horn of Plenty came into being. But suffice it to say that the concept is that nurturance, food, things that are needed, it's an unending supply coming from the Horn of Plenty. I've been using Cornucopiae as part of spiritual practice throughout my life. Many people see it as a symbol of Thanksgiving and harvest. And in the USA, in November, the American Thanksgiving, this is kind of an iconic image with fruit and vegetables, sometimes flowers and herbs, are all depicted as the abundance of nature. I'd like to share with you some things that you might consider at this harvest time as part of your own way of celebrating and attuning in. You may want to create one. You can kind of fold paper around or find one at a secondhand store or a craft store. One of the great things about Cornucopia images is they're pretty widespread, and I collect all sorts of them. So one thing that one can do to celebrate this harvesting abundance full moon is to imagine that you have one. Actually have a cornucopia in your mind and see it filled with light, glowing. Each bit of light, that balls of light that might come flowing from it, represents something that's a blessing in your life. You might want to have a cornucopia that you keep in your home at this time of year and gather things from your garden if you're a gardener, or if you go to a local market, create your own harvest Thanksgiving image. Having a symbol of abundance in our homes can help us focus on that. And there's some other ways that you can work with these at our celebrations and rituals at this time of year. Often we'll have a really large cornucopia, and people bring a symbol of the harvest and place it within the community cornucopia as they express a thanksgiving. But there's some other ways you might work with a cornucopia. You might actually take food that you'll be sharing at a feast and have it present and pass it around and have people take from it. One of my variations on the cornucopia is a version of what some people might know of as a gratitude jar, where you write about things that you are thankful for on cards, and as they come to you, you place them in a receptacle. Well, a cornucopia can be a wonderful addition for that. And at those times that you might feel a need to shift your consciousness out of stress or despondency, pick one of the cards out that you have put in there and read it, and it will help you remember and activate appreciation. One of the things that I like doing at this time of year is decorating my home with symbols of the season. And certainly in September, there are a number of cornucopia here. I'd like to share with you a Harvest Thanksgiving chant that I created many years ago, and that can be connected with full moon times such as tonight, and for equinox or Mammon times, which will be in just a few weeks. We give thanks for the harvest. We give thanks for abundance. We give thanks for the blessings in our life through the year. And as you join in, I invite you wherever you are to think of blessings that have been in your life in the past year. Name them if you wish, reflect on them, and I invite you to join in reflecting and, if you wish, chanting wherever you are. We give thanks for the harvest. We give thanks for abundance. We give thanks for the blessings in our life through the year. We give thanks for the harvest. We give thanks for abundance. We give thanks for the blessings in our life through the year. We give thanks for the harvest. We give thanks for abundance. We give thanks for the blessings in our life through the years. We give thanks for the harvest. We give thanks for abundance. We give thanks for the blessings in our life through the year. We give thanks. We give thanks. We give thanks. And I invite Andrew to share Pastures of Plenty with us.
Yes, thank you, Selena. My name is Andrew, and I live along the California coast, around Central California, the land of the Mutsun, Esalen, and the Ohlone. And want to share Pastures of Plenty, which was a song written by Woody Guthrie in 1941, almost 85 years ago. And this song lifts up the struggle of our migrant farm workers for the respect and appreciation and the justice that they so deserve. And of course, we know at current times in this country, the need to protect and respect our farm workers has never been as urgent. And so as we reflect on harvesting our abundance, this song asks that we acknowledge and respect how the abundant harvest makes it from the earth to our table. It's a mighty hard road that my poor hands have hoed. My poor feet have traveled a hard and dusty road. Out of your dust bowl and westward we rode. And your deserts were hot and your mountains were cold. California, Arizona, I harvest your crops. Well, it's north up to Oregon to gather your hops. Dig your beets from the ground, cut the grapes from the vine, to set on your table your life, sparkling wine. I worked in your orchards of peaches and prunes. I slept on the ground in the light of the full moon. On the edge of your city, you can see us some days. We come with the dust and we'll go with the wind. Green pastures of plenty from dry desert ground, from the Grand Coulee Dam where the waters run down. Every state of the Union us migrants have been, and we'll work in this fight and we'll fight, yes we'll fight, till we win. Jingle-a-migra, 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 jingle-a-migra. It's always we ramble that river and I, all along your green valley I will work until I die. My land I defend with my life if it be, 'cause my pastures of plenty must always be free. hands of hope. My poor feet have traveled a hard and dusty road. Out of your dust bowl and westward we roll. And your deserts were hot and your mountains were cold. And now, Chris, passing it to you.
Awesome. Thank you for that wonderful song. Hi, everybody. My name is Christopher, and I'm a student in Circle Sanctuary's Ministry Training and Support Program. I'm joining you today from San Diego, California, the ancestral, continued, and unceded territories of the Kumeyaay Nations, as well as many other peoples. When it comes to harvesting abundance in relation to pagan and nature-centered practices, I can sometimes get some mixed feelings. I think there's nothing wrong with doing spells and other workings to build up something toward a successful outcome, or to put energy toward an intention that you want to see grow and blossom. However, I also see a lot of influencers and content creators online that make magical workings around abundance seem to be transactional or really one-sided. I'd like to talk to you today about some potential tools you can utilize in order to level up your spellcrafting around this important topic. Now, this applies to really any spell you put out into the world, but you want to ensure your spell to be effective, specific enough to be useful, but not weighed down with the details of infinite descriptors. This takes some practice, but a good starting point is to really define what abundance means in your circumstance. So questions you could ask yourself to help with this are, what's the difference between success and abundance? Is the circumstance going indefinitely, or is there a clear end date? What's the big picture? And how does abundance even help? How do I know when I've had enough abundance so that I avoid overconsumption? Next, you want to establish a very strong intention behind your spell. This is usually the first step, but since abundance work is often trivialized, I think it's important to occasionally check in with how you define the words you use. Words matter, and these internalized conceptualizations will influence your approach to magical work. This is partly referring to your style, but also impacts the outcomes of your work as well. For example, if we were all to perform an abundance spell right now, our workings would look drastically different. Again, part of this would be style, but if we each define abundance differently, then we're each actually seeking something uniquely different. I believe we can be too specific, but this does highlight the importance of thinking through what you're actually asking for. To circle back to the importance of the intention, now that we understand more deeply the actual words that we're using, the intention is what helps you find the right method to use. When we defined our words, we were asking the what question. Now we get to ask the why and the how question. For example, if your idea of abundance is having enough to pay your bills this month, that's the what, then you know that your spell is intended for helping you find financial resources or support for a minimum of a certain exact amount of money, the why. And since you, in this example, have a relationship with a deity, you call upon them in prayer, offering a payment or sacrifice for this outcome if they intervene, the how. Another example could be if someone defines abundance as wanting to receive multiple job offers during a period of time when they're applying for jobs, the what. The person is intending to move to a new city, having multiple offers and opportunities in multiple places, and that will help this person decide where to go next. That's the why. Let's say this person is drawn to a divinatory practice like tarot. This person may do a personal reading or seek out a tarot reader to help them identify what personal skills and experiences they should highlight in their interviews to get the best chances at multiple job opportunities and calls back, which is the how. So again, this is where we're looking at how the method depends on how you actually define these terms. If you ever need some help in figuring this all out, don't overthink it, and remember to use tools that work. For example, a great tool when it comes to spellcasting is a tool that's often used for achieving goals and improving project management skills, which are SMART goals. For some of us, SMART goals may be new. For other of us, maybe we hear about them so often that we roll our eyes. Like at work, we talk about SMART goals all the time. So hear me out. I think you need to use this like occasionally, not all the time. It's a great way to do a litmus test and to ensure you're starting off from a strong foundation and with your best foot forward. So as we go through what SMART goal means as an acronym, really consider how each of these things are useful, not only in spell work, but also how to utilize them for abundance work specifically. So the S in SMART stands for specific. We've already talked about finding that balance, and it's an easy one that many people skip. So going back to basics is not a weakness, it's a sign of strength to recognize that we're not above doing things right without our ego getting in the way. The M in SMART stands for measurable. This means that you understand what you're actually looking for. Are there important benchmarks or checkboxes? How do you know you're moving in the right direction? How do you know that it's working? The A in SMART is shown a couple of ways. One common way is that the A is for achievable, meaning that the power is the goal is within your power. However, this can be misleading. Something can be possible without it being plausible. So I prefer the other version of this, where the A is identified as action-oriented. This means the question changes from, is this technically achievable, to instead asking, what actions can I curate to meet this need? What are the chain of events that need to occur during this course of the spell? The R in SMART stands for realistic. This builds on the action-oriented piece by asking you to really be honest with yourself about how realistic the spell or goal is in your life right now. This is not if something is possible. Again, this is really that plausible piece and if it's likely. Are you asking for something that's only possible if all the stars align? Or are you asking for something with a more standard view of what's likely? Helping questions can be, is the purpose of the spell too lofty or broad? Even if I have the best intentions, do I have the right skill level to do this working? The T in SMART stands for time bound. Now, this one sounds really easy, but this is another one that trips people up. The hard part is not the act of simply adding a time limit. The hard part is knowing what an appropriate time limit even is. And this often comes from experience. This plays a huge role in building your motivation. So harnessed correctly, a clear time limit can help you level up your goals. For example, let's say you have a large personal project you want to complete and you give yourself 14 weeks to get it done. Let's say it takes you 15 weeks. Would you say that you were successful or unsuccessful? Some of us would say that we might have been successful. It got done, but some of us might say no because it did get done, but it didn't meet our specific standard. So I'm not going to tell you how to think or how to answer that question for yourself, but just don't discount all the hard work you did put into it. And it's okay to celebrate the fruits of your labor, especially when we are the ones holding ourselves to certain standards. This isn't about perfectionism, it's about doing what works. And I think this translates very well in how we craft spells, chants, magical workings, prayers, etc. The last thing I like to share is that when I teach about SMART goals in my work, it's not to get overwhelmed. Keep the SMART goals simple, especially for spell work. When I first started with SMART goals, they were super long and really convoluted. Take the time to rewrite, condense, reword as much as you need. You'll thank yourself later. A goal should not be about accomplishing many things. A goal is related to a single pointed focus of your intention. So when we think about creating a strong intention for spell work, especially when we consider something like abundance, SMART goals can become one more tool in your magical toolbox. I wish you all the best of luck with your abundance work, and remember to be smart about it. See what I did there? So next up, I've got Reverend Laura with some good information for us.
Thank you so much, Chris. As always, it's a delight to see you and to follow you. And thank you all for watching. My name is Laura Gonzalez. I'm coming to you from Chicago, Chicago, the land of the Potawatomi, the Menominee, and the Miami. Here we are. We're not going anywhere. And I am telling you about goddess Fortuna. This time I'm not bringing you indigenous wisdom, but rather the Fortuna wisdom. She is the goddess that I have been following since I was probably 8 or 9 years old, when a person whom I will never remember who they were, I remember it was a man, who held my hand and said to me, never, sir, never say that you're lucky, say that you're fortunate, and Goddess Fortuna will bless you. And I never forgot those words. And I'm very fortunate to have remembered them and to have Fortuna on my side. As always, she favors the bold and the nonconformist. She does. So the information that I have for you today is that important that I'm reading. So bear with me while I read. Fortuna, the Roman goddess of luck, fate, symbolizes the ever-shifting nature of fortune and reminds us that with awareness and trust, we can align with its cycles. Wealth is more important than just money. It's about resources, well-being, and the choices we make. Our personal relationships with our personal relationships with wealth is shaped by past experiences and beliefs, and by identifying and transforming limited money stories. We can shift from a mindset of scarcity to one of abundance. It's been mentioned here today a number of times that abundance is not just money, it's resources, it's wisdom, it's community, it's having shelter, it's surrounding yourself by the right people and the people that love you and accept you no matter what, etc., etc. Right? So we're going to use money as code word for that, but we're not just talking about money. This abundance mindset allows money to flow more freely as a form of energy. Embracing a circular economy model after nature's regenerative cycles connects sustainability with true wealth, emphasizing care for people and the planet. Tools like meditation, visualization, and journaling can support healing around money, again, code word for wealth, revealing hidden patterns, and fostering clarity, intention, and a healthier relationship with wealth. I have said to you a million times, and I will, say again, this is the time now more than ever that you support your local economies. And you start by supporting Black and Brown, Indigenous, women, and people of color. And like Andrew mentioned earlier, yes, your migrant workers that work on farms are very important, but not every migrant worker works on a farm. There's a lot of migrant people that work on number of different jobs. And also to remember that the value of migrant people is not connected to what they produce. Migrant people are valuable because they are people, period. So build that circular community and support the most so-called disenfranchised. We are doing away with that word, and we are coming up with new language. We are coming up with language that says the global majority. Black and Brown, Indigenous women, and people of color are the global majority. So let's spread our wealth and our fortune with every single one of them. No human being is illegal, and migrating is not a crime. With that, I want to leave a reflection for all of us to be showered by the blessings of Fortuna. So I invite you to take a deep breath and take these words for you. Remember money, boldness, code words, how important they are. Money is not my supply. No person, place, job, or condition determines my abundance. My true supply flows from the divine spirit within me, the ever-present source for all that I need. I honor Fortuna, the ancient goddess of fortune and flow, who teaches that wealth moves in cycles, not chains. I look to nature, whose rhythms offer constant proof of renewal, generosity, and sufficiency. As trees bear fruit and rivers flow without striving, so too does abundance. It comes to me as I am aligned with truth. My awareness, understanding, and trust in the sacred flow opens me to unlimited supply. I am rooted in divine provision, connected to nature's cycles, and guided by Fortuna's wisdom. Therefore, my wealth is not limited. It is alive, expansive, and always available. So mote it be. And now, one of my favorite singers, Marian King.
Thank you so much for all your insights, Laura. That was wonderful. We are definitely living in some difficult times here in this country. And while with the high cost of living, the constant political turmoil, and the laws being passed in so many places that are hurting so many people, it's hard to be thankful for the good things we have in life. But we must be thankful for what we do have, for there is beauty, love, compassion, and kindness all around us. Love is in abundance when we take the chance to open ourselves up to it. And it is communities like the one here that keeps hope alive for a better future for ourselves and for our children and our grandchildren. The song I'm going to sing is written by Vicki Howie and Jeff Bonilla and is called Abundance Song. And it's a song of thankfulness for the abundance of good things that are in life. The goddess Lakshmi is the Hindu goddess of wealth and fortune, power and beauty, fertility and prosperity, and it is to her that this song is sung. The words Om Shrim Maha Lakshmiye Swaha can be translated as my adoration to the great Lakshmi, and they express our gratefulness to the idea and essence of the Hindu goddess Lakshmi as we sing thanks for the abundance of the things that we do have in life. Come and sing this abundance song with me. Om Shrim Mahalakshmiye Swaha. Om Shrim Mahalakshmiye Swaha. Om Shrim Mahalakshmiye Swaha. Om Shrim Mahalakshmiye Swaha. Thank you for my health and the wealth of love in my life. Thank you for today and the way I've learned from the light. Thank you, universe. Thank you for everything. Thank you, goddess. You make me wanna sing. Om Shrim Mahalakshmiye Swaha. Om Shrim Mahalakshmiye Swaha. Om Shrim Mahalakshmiye Swaha. Om Shrim Mahalakshmiye Swaha. of love in my life. Thank you for today and the way I've learned from the light. Thank you, universe. Thank you for everything. Thank you, goddess. You make me wanna sing. Om Shri Mahalakshmi Swaha. Om Shri Mahalakshmi Swaha. Om Shri Mahalakshmi Swaha. Om Shri Mahalakshmi Swaha. Now please welcome back Selena for healing blessings.
Thank you, Maren. What a wonderful song. Well, at our monthly full moon circles, we have a time for focusing on healing, focusing our attention and being aligned with the sacred, being in tune with the moon. And tonight, I have a cornucopia of healing herbs that were harvested from the gardens near my house, which is in southwestern Wisconsin, in an area known as the Driftless Bioregion, and want to honor the ancient ones that once lived here and the very wonderful diversity of life that is in this region of humans and plants and creatures, the elements and ecosystems. So I invite you, as you look at this cornucopia, to direct your thoughts towards sending healing to those in need and to the planet as a whole. And assisting in this process, I invite Chris to share some flute music. And as we are focusing on healing light coming from these herbs to those in need, to the planet, if you wish, in the comments or chat, put the initials of those who you know that might be in need of healing, or you may want to whisper or speak their names out as the flute plays and we focus on the healing power of abundance, of gratitude, of community together. May all be well. May all be well. May all be well. And in the next few moments, reflect on your time here with our community and let a word or a phrase come to you of something that you've received from our time together. And if you wish to share it in the chat or comments, feel free to do that. We give thanks to the sacred in all its many forms. for work with healing, and for connecting us together tonight. And now I invite Judith to release the circle.
Thank you, Selena and Chris. To open the circle, we went clockwise to pull the energy towards the middle of our circle tonight. To release it, we will start in the west and go counterclockwise to let the energy start to flow out. However, even when the circle is open, our circle of life and connection is never broken. We give thanks to the West, the water flowing all around us, for the days and the ways ahead as we move through this harvest time and into the dark half of the year. May the water of the West support us and sustain us until the spring rains come again and growing cycles start anew. We give thanks for the flowing waters of the West. Spirit of the West, be with us. We give thanks to the South for the fire that sparks our passion and for our ability to harvest the abundance what nature so freely gives us. In return, may we care for all living things on this beautiful earth of ours and keep its air, water, soils, and people clean and free for the next seven generations to come. We give thanks for this spark of life. Spirit of the South, be with us. We give thanks to the East, to the sun that greets us each day as we rise, for the air all around us that gives us our breath of life. Please breathe into us this inspiration of the abundance that each and every one of us can also give back to the world. We give thanks for each new day so that we may do so. Spirit of the East, be with us. We give thanks to the North. We give thanks to the earth and the guardians that watch over us through each day. And we give thanks for the nights that give us rest. We give thanks to the nature that is our body, mind, and soul in this incarnation so that we can live these lives of ours with awareness and the fullness of its bounty. And we give thanks for our blessings, for the amazing ability and liberty to think, feel, and love to the best of our abilities. Spirit of the North, be with us. We give thanks to the Spirit all around us with the gratitude for all that is, to the spirits above bringing the wind and the rains, to the earth spirits below for her bountiful harvests, and to the Spirit within us so that we may know the magnificence of these gifts. May we eat, drink, and be merry in celebrating them, giving thanks for this magnificent harvest abundance year after year. Divine Spirit, be with us. Spirit of earth, air, fire, water, and cosmos, stay if you will, go if you must, in perfect love and in perfect trust. We ask for your blessings as you depart, go in our hearts. May the Spirit of peace be with you. The Spirit is now open, but remains unbroken. So mote it be. Dia?
Thank you so much, Judith. I'd like to acknowledge and thank all the volunteers that are online for tonight's full moon broadcast. Without Circle Sanctuary's abundant volunteer harvest, none of the in-person or online offerings would be possible. We rely on our volunteers to help us create rituals like these. So thank you each and every one of you for your contribution tonight. May the harvest continue to be abundant as we move through this Mabon season into Samhain. Steve will now show us the map of where everyone joined from tonight.
Greetings all. Yes, as promised, here's the map of where we all came from. And share that in a moment. My apologies to the person in Salzburg, Austria, because if I actually displayed him on the map, the whole country would be smashed into one tiny little blob. So great. Thank you all for tuning in. Greetings and blessed be. And now back to Richard.
Yes, my name is Richard. I give thanks to the Circle Sanctuary volunteers who have been on this broadcast tonight, and for all of you who have joined us live or who are watching at the future sometime. Please join us again for the next full moon broadcast on Tuesday, October 7th. If you'd like to be a presenter on one of our monthly Full Moon Circle broadcasts, please email circle@circlesanctuary.org and put Full Moon Circle in the subject line. Chop, chop on that. We hope to see you in person for our September 20th Volunteer Day. This will also be a welcome fall celebration with Return to Balance theme. The same day, Selena Fox will present an in-person workshop. The workshop will also be live streamed. To register and for more information on all of this, visit our website. I have been associated with Circle Sanctuary for over 25 years, so I speak the following with authority and personal conviction. Consider joining Circle Sanctuary community by becoming a member or supporting us with your donations. We offer a large selection of nature spirituality information on our website. You can also find links to our weekly Circle podcasts. Also, check out our extensive archives on Circle Sanctuary's YouTube channel. Closing out and wishing you all a bright full moon blessings.